Hey y'all, I'm about to make a quick little video about the hottest frog in bass fishing right now, and that is the Berkley Swamplord. If you've been following pro fishing, you know that Jordan Lee, he just won that big tournament down on the Kissimmee chain, the Major League Fishing heavy hitters. He was throwing the Berkley Swamplord, and then John Cox up there at Wheeler Lake on the Elite, he got a top 10, and he was throwing that Swamplord in some thick grass. So I actually got 3 of them right here. I'm just gonna kind of pull them out of the pack, talk about them, and then I've also got a handful of the other most popular brand of frogs. I'm just going to kind of compare them. I haven't used this frog yet, I will say that, but I do have a popping frog, and I got just the regular walking frog. So this right here is, they call it the Berkley Swamplord. This is right out of the pack. So I'm going to get the popping frog, and I'm going to get just the regular walking frog. I got these, they were $9.99, so that's, you know, about the standard price, I feel like, for a frog. I feel like some of the Spro stuff might actually be a little bit more expensive. So this is, like I said, $10 frog right here. If you follow bass fishing, you know that Berkley's coming out with a lot of good stuff. So my first impression, just holding it, you know, like I said, about the standard average size of a normal standard frog. The popping frog has got a little bit slimmer body, it looks like, and a little bit smaller cup than like the Spro. But then again, that Spro's a pretty narrow frog too. And then the regular Swamplord that doesn't walk, it has got a little, you know, wider body, very super soft, like super soft material. And it looks like it's got some pretty good beefy hooks in it. I'm sure there's some of Berkley's frog hooks. Berkley's got those good fusion hooks, so I'm sure that's what these are. So my first impression is, honestly, it looks like a really good frog. It feels very soft. Obviously, I mean, this is the first time I've opened them. I haven't thrown them yet. I'm planning on throwing them this weekend on the Coosa River in a tournament. But like I said, they look really good. They've got some really good colors. This is just like a standard frog color, like the dark green back and then the white belly with a little bit of orange. And then this is just a black frog. The little legs, they feel really good. They're not ridiculously long. Like, I'd probably throw that one just how it is. The popping frog's got a little bit longer legs, it looks like. It could just be because of the body profile. But like I said, out of the pack, really good looking frog, feels good. And then here it is in comparison. This is the frog that I compared it to when I first looked at them, and that is a live target, or the old Coppers frog. Coppers was a very soft frog. This feels very similar to the Coppers or the live target. It's about the same profile. This is actually a kind of a similar color right here. So it feels very similar to that live target or Coppers frog. Obviously, this one's really old, so it squeezes a little easier than this brand new one. And then here it is beside a Strike King. I believe that's a Strike King sexy frog. Honestly, the Strike King frog does not look that good to me. I've never really caught many fish on it. I know people do. It's got a little bit smaller body, but it just doesn't look as appealing to me. I'm sure it doesn't matter to the fish, but the Strike King is a pretty soft frog, but visually it just doesn't look as good as this Berkley one. And then here's going to be the main one that people are going to compare it to, of course, and that's going to be a Spro frog. That's what I throw 95% of the time, is either a Spro bronze eye popping frog or just the regular Spro frog. And certain colors of the Spro are really soft. And then there's other colors, like you get the black or the rainforest, and they're just not as soft material, especially right out of the pack. That's the main thing that I've been impressed with the Berkley frog, the Swamplord, is that right out of the pack, it's a really soft frog, got really just beefy, really strong hooks. Like I said, they just feel like a pretty strong frog, and I'm really excited to throw them. But anybody out there that's never used one, if you have used a live target or a Coppers frog, that's probably the best thing that I could compare it to. I'm not sure on the popping frog just yet, haven't used it, but what I'm going to be comparing it to is, of course, that Spro popping frog. That's the frog that I'm always throwing, and they look very similar in the hand. The Berkley's got a little bit bigger cupped lip, it looks like, or like a bigger pitch than the Spro. The Spro's a little wider. This is more cupped mouth. And then another frog that you got to throw in the mix is a Booyah Pad Crasher. It's a, you know, like a $7 frog, a little bit less, a little bit cheaper, but still very soft. The Swamplord's a little bit heavier, so you're going to be able to throw it farther than that Pad Crasher. And then that's kind of the size comparison. But no, like I said, all these frogs, I mean, they all work and they all catch fish. So it really feels like a mixture of a lot of them. But the main comparison, especially on just the standard one, is definitely to that live target coppers. I mean, they feel very similar. They've even got the little arm, the little frog arm on the side. Each of them has that. I'm sure that kind of helps it walk a little bit. But like I said, I'm really looking forward to throwing this frog. So this is the Berkley Swamplord. I got the popping version and then there's the regular walking version. And I actually got these at McKenzie's Bait and Tackle. They're located in Temple, Georgia. You can look up on, you know, Facebook, Instagram, search them on Google. McKenzie Bait and Tackle Company. It's, like I said, Temple, Georgia, Highway 78. You can find them on social media. They got all kind of stuff, and they've got these in stock. So if you're wanting to get some, that's definitely the place to go because I know they're hard to find right now. And like I said, I'm excited to throw this thing. If you follow my channel, you'll probably see me throwing them this weekend in a tournament. So hopefully I can do good on them, maybe catch me a good limit or a kicker fish. But I will definitely be back with another video after I have actually fished with it. But there it is, hottest frog right now in bass fishing, the Berkley Swamplord.